Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. Back on the 67 Camaro. Last episode did the wheel wells, inner and outer. This is the outer, the inner. Did the mini tub, which are wider wheel wells than factory, and it took a while. If we're gonna do the right side on this video, but I'm gonna go through it real quick. If you want to see it in depth on what it takes every step of the way, watch the last video, because that's what I did. It ended up being an hour and a half long video, but I went through everything that you have to do to make one of these things fit. The outer, that lines up perfect, but it's this inner one here that required some modification, and it's welded to the frame here. A lot of work, but the other side should go faster because we've done it and know what we're doing. As I explained in the other video, there's no instructions. Watch some videos on YouTube from a different manufacturer, and they tell to cut the frame and notch it and all this stuff, and I didn't want to do that, so I had to go around and not do any of that. Okay, this is the real, and the main reason for the mini tub is so you can fit wider tires in there, but my main reason is because the floor and the wheel well will rot it anyway, and that areas that need to be cut out works perfect for a mini tub. So basically see the wheel well on that side, how skinny it is compared to how fat it is here. So that's the length of it, but instead of notching the frame on the rear of it, we had to cut out a section of the wheel well on the rear and move it in a couple inches so it fit. So it's anyway, it went to, I think it went to here originally, and now it's over to here. So this is what I did. I didn't end up painting this area. I'm going to, though. This is just pour 15. But yeah, we had to cut out a big section of the seat and weld in a little piece here, and then had to cut this bracket off the old wheel well, weld it into the new one like this. We'll have to do it to this one too. Now you can see where the frame is right in here somewhere underneath. So we're going to cut all this off like that. Then the new wheel well will butt up to it. We'll weld it just like this side here is. Now this side here is, this is kind of like before and after. And I put a little seam sealer and a little paint on there. It's not done yet because I'm going to put some more seam sealer, hide everything, and probably put some truck bed coating, cover up a lot of that. But yeah, this area here originally would have been about that wide. We had to cut that down to make it fit because I didn't want to notch the frame. See, the frame actually comes like that and then it curves, so it's not like straight. So anyway, that's the way we're going to do this side as well. Be down here and then across like that. I can feel the frame. Yeah, it's probably right about in here. So all this rotten floor, that's we need to cut that out anyway. And like I said, I only bought the floor patch instead of the whole floor because it's, way cheaper to buy just this piece. Okay, so we'll do it the same way. Like I said, I'm not gonna spend an hour and a half showing you everything, so I'll just go over everything here at the beginning. For now, we're just going to cut the quarter panel off like here, like we did the other side, because we only got the 80% quarter panels that go to here. Later on we'll cut it and match it up. And then I went over and cut the outer, goes from here to here. Cut that out first, like peeling back an onion. So I cut off all that first, then I cut off the inner right here, then I cut that off, then I cut the frame and installed it that way. So that's the way I'll do it. I'll do it the exact same way I did the other side. And cut this out well. It'll mount right over to here, and then right down in here it'll be welded to the frame here. This was these were a couple of holes like that somebody had rigged on a exhaust hanger there. So I actually the other video or two ago I cut that out and put a little patch, but that'll be covered up by the wheel well anyway. Yeah, and once I get the wheel wells in, mini tubs, next video we will get the new quarter panels and the tail panel all lined up, and not completely welded in probably and finished off, but we'll get it's just spotted in, just kind of tacked in there and everything lined up. And then we can go from there and do the finish work probably later, depending on how long it all takes. But also this video we'll get some other stuff done. I'm gonna take out these door panels here because I got to get at these handles, because they don't work. Little pusher thing or something's busted. Anyway, I bought new door handles, and you got to have the door panel off. So we're gonna go ahead and take them door panels off. I took off this rear one here, and there ain't much left of that one. Just that top little piece there. We'll take that off and take that door panel off. We'll get the wheel wells done, and then we'll figure out what else we need to do. You're going to clean up this whole rear floor like this side and 415 it. We're not replacing that whole rear section. It's a little bit, it's not too bad though, but there are a couple little holes on that side. I think the new floors I got only come up to here. Go from here up to the firewall. And then I got these braces here separate. So yeah, we're just gonna clean all this floor up. Don't know what I banged out, cleaned up all this rust here. Looked like that side, and just 415 it. It's probably okay, but for strength wise, I was gonna put a bracer plate in there and weld it, but probably doesn't need it. But anyway, I'm gonna do the same thing with that side. Maybe we'll clean up that rear package tray. I'm gonna go look again, see how much that stuff is new. But anyway, we'll get some of that other stuff done after the wheel well. Okay, so this is the outer one here. You don't do anything with that, that's fine. And then this is the inner one that's quite a few inches, just 6 inches wide, wider than the factory. But on this one here, like I said, we had to cut out a section and move it in more away from the frame. So that's one we got to modify. I'll show you that when the time comes. But yeah, see this one says 69, and then this one says 67, 68. except convertible. I don't know, it's upside down, but yeah, 67, 68 except convertible. Outer wheelhouse right inside. So yeah. But the auction stated on eBay, the listing stated 67, 69, but the sticker just says 69. So I don't know if that was why it had to be altered so much, but anyway, we gotta make sure this fits, alter it and everything. Then we gotta weld these two together, and then we weld it in there, just like we done this side. Plus had to cut around this brace here and weld a new one to that. So yeah, anyway, that's what we got going. What we're going to be doing here first. The original wheel well only went to like here. And this one's way wider. Okay. Let me get some of that cut off. I'll come back when I get some parts cut off. And as I said, this is going to be way quicker than last video. So if you want more details and stuff, watch the last video. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, started by taking the door panel off. Not that big of a job. I need to look up a lot of parts that I haven't bought yet, but I remember seeing these deluxe door panels were 700 bucks compared to, I think they're just flat ones for the standard interior. We'll have to see what they cost. Anyway, had to unbolt the door handle here, then a clip there. They all need to be replaced. And this little deal here had a little bolt in there, 5/16. And then a couple of big screws there. Anyway, where's the door handle? And then I unbolted the door handle. Well, it looks like it pushes, but see, I got that in the wrong spot. This isn't, I just kind of stuck that, and that goes there. Okay, so there's a rod that goes there, and that's missing. And I scraped out the bottom of the door panel. I can't find it, but it doesn't matter. I bought the new handle assemblies because I didn't know what I'd need. They weren't that very much, like 50 bucks for the pair. So that's that there, and then this is the push button, and that's the rod and spring, and that it attaches to or pushes against a lever to open this up. We'll have to make sure everything needs, the window works barely, it's tight, everything needs to be lubed and WD-40'd and all that. Well, that moves there. So we'll have to make sure all the locks and everything's all greased up, looby dooby on it. So yeah, we'll put that in for now. So I'm able to, I know this one's dropped down, so it probably needs pins and bushings, but I think it'll lift up, so we can line that up. So oh, something just fell down there. What was that? Maybe that was it that fell. But anyway, yeah, but when we paint it, we'll definitely take all this stuff off. And see, this car, all the panels on it, other than the hood, well, I took the original deck lid off, but they were all original to this car. It's all originally black. See, jams, everything. So what I found interesting, these little white lines here, because it's all original black. They're on this side too here. Them little white lines. So it had some type of stripe on it. I'm gonna have to go look at some pictures of 67s and see if that was a factory stripe or, you know, an aftermarket one that he had done at the dealership when he bought it or something. I have to figure that out. I'm pretty sure it's not an RS. The VIN number and the body tag didn't say an RS. And they got the flip although the grill and everything's all missing. Doesn't have anything for the flip up headlight covers. But yeah, all these panels are all original, you know, original black under there. Beat to hell. There's Bondo and stuff there. See the holes here they put in there. But the door shell itself is in great shape. You know, there's no rust or anything on it. See, this is a northern car. These doors would be from here down would be gone from rust. So yeah, we're saving the doors. We're stripping them down, reworking them. Probably all Bondo and stuff there. Hard to tell in there, but yeah. Anyway, I'll let you know and get the door handle in, and we'll start on the other door panel. Take that off. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got the door panels off. Yeah, one was missing, burnt up. You know, this side had a fire or something in it. I don't know if it started in here, wiring or something, but anyway, there's a little piece of the sail panel there left. Anyway, this door handle on this side, the rod was busted, but it wasn't busted on this one. So either the lock deal is missing. I checked on the bottom here. I can't find it. This busted off on the driver's side. I finally found it laying in the bottom of the door. But like I said, I bought them as a pair. So yeah, I was gonna try to show you how to do it. It just twists in. You get this in a separate plastic thing there. Anyway, that's how you put that in there. Just put that in there and twist that. But I could have sworn it had new gaskets with it, but I've been looking, because I went in for a while and I thought, well, maybe the wind, but there's no wind today, but I thought maybe the wind blew it. But I looked all over for the little package of gaskets that go around there. I don't need them now. I'll need them after I paint it. But anyway, something else I'll probably have to buy. But anyway, fixing to put on this side here, and we'll see, it's just a, can you see in there that lever? That's all that rod does, is pushes that lever. And actually that little lever thing was jammed closed, and I started doing that and it started moving. So it might have been the problem all the time with this one, but the other side definitely was busted. And then I spoke too soon on the jams. You know, that jam's nice, but this one isn't. I'm gonna have to make a little piece from here to there, weld that in, and weld a little piece here. But other than that, it's in good shape. Yeah, just trying to get all this stuff done, and then we'll start on that wheel well there. Okay, well, I'll be back. It'll probably be dark, and there's another thing I'm missing. The little catch that this catches onto, missing. Looks like someone, I don't know what happened, but somebody put another, well, maybe that's locked too. I ain't got no keys to this or anything. I don't know. Maybe that goes, yeah. Oh, okay. There's nothing missing. Yeah, I'll need these plastic deals were missing. All deteriorated, I guess. See, it got pretty damn hot in here. That's probably what did to the windshield and melted all that. And most of the back seat was gone. But anyway, let me get this door handle on so I can open and close it. Make sure it's lined up. That door's not lined up, but I know the pins and bushings are shot in that. But I think this side's probably all right. So I'll put that on, and and make sure it opens and closes and lines up. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, lines up good. This window here keeps falling down, and it's one of the clips is broke, just like that side, I'm sure. I won't be able to get at it real good unless until I take this quarter off. But when I close the door, this will come down and jam this window. You know, it's you gotta lube it up there, it won't move. But anyway, try to keep it up. Sticks out a little bit right in here, but other than that, not too bad. See, these are all original panels on this car, if I didn't mention it before. There's original black, 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 black. And see, actually this lines up pretty good too, even though the fender's beat to hell. Anyway, see, it hits that deal right there. Let's put some tape up there or something. But anyway, yeah, I'll have to get the right pins and bushings for that side. We'll have to redo that when this one here is okay. Okay, it's fixing to get dark, but I'll cut this quarter off and start cutting the wheel wells off, either now or in the morning. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, it rained all morning. Everything's all soaked. So anyway, got the quarter panel cut off, and then got the outer wheel well cut off. Is the outer. Like I said, I won't go over a whole lot that I did in the last video, but they join right there and then go underneath this right here. So this is the inner, which we got the wider one that should go all the way to the frame. Now somebody posted in a comment, because the only videos I could find were this Detroit Speed, and these were, I ordered them from Speedway, but they're made by Dynacorn. No instructions, no nothing. And somebody posted, he went to the Dynacorn website, and it says you got to modify the driver's side. So maybe this one will just fit this side. And yeah, the driver's side was the hardest. So anyway, yeah, let's got to cut this on the other edge of this right here. Basically just cut this around there, and oh yeah, then it's attached here. We'll have to cut that away. But yeah, we'll have to modify all this. But what I'm thinking of is where I had the other side, I had to cut this wheel tub and pull it out a couple inches so it would fit against this frame rail. But this side, I don't know, we'll find out here in a little while. We'll go ahead and cut this off, and then we got to trim all this, and then we'll measure how far in it goes and all that. So yeah, yeah, as far as those gaskets for the door handles, I did have them. They were in the clip before that. When I opened the box, you can see them, but where they went, I have no idea. Like I said, I just left everything here, and I went inside to have lunch, and I came back out, started messing with it again. It's like, where are them little gaskets? I looked and looked. I have no idea. The wind must have blew them away, but there was hardly any wind. But unless a friggin' bird or something picked it up, or a cat or something. But anyway, let me get this this cut out, and then I'll show you, and then we'll do some measuring and cut that floor section out. Like I said, we'll have to cut from about here down here. We'll get that all cut. Yeah, for this wheel well here, I got to cut out this bracket. We'll cut that out and leave. Well, I think last time I just cut it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just cut it here, like I did this one, and we'll join it up later. We'll take this off of this once we get it out. This one I cut around it. We'll trim that up, and we'll weld it back to this. Okay, yeah, this one should go a lot faster than the other side. The other side was kind of trial and error, and come to find out it's the hardest one to do. So anyway, oh, these I lubed all these up. This is sticking out here. Supposed to look like that, so it looks like something's missing off of the back of this, but I think on the other side one of these deals here is broke, so I'm gonna have to try to find a repair kit, and it's best to do all this right now while the quarter's off, because you know, next video we want to put the quarters on. But I don't think I want to put the quarters on until I order these little parts and make sure these things are working right. Because a lot of these, like, you know, I done a bunch of Novas, and the Novas are the same way. You go to roll them up and down and they're all crooked and everything, because one of these things are busted. And they're hard to roll up and down, and you feel like just getting it into place and friggin' sticking it there so it doesn't, you get to the point where you don't care if it rolls up and down, just get it in one spot and leave it. But I want to get these so they work, go up and down, so we may have to wait for that stuff before we put the quarters and tail panel on next video. So but anyway, yeah, we got plenty of work. We got the floors to do, and what a mess them floors are. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the inner one cut out. I said I'll cut these little brackets off later once we get the wheel well in there. So kind of measured, yeah, this is going to go in here a little bit different, but for now I'm just going to cut off this right above that shock tower, and then right down here and across, just like that side. Okay, so let me cut that out, and I'll be back. Okay guys, next day. It was 90 something today. It was hot, so I had to come out here at when the sun went down. Yeah, it's gonna be dark here in a little bit, but I'll get some lights out. Okay, so this is the inner mini tub. It was hitting in here, but you know, if you watch the last episode, I had to cut 2 inches out of here, a couple inches out of here, and kind of move it and re-weld it. This one I just had to cut a couple little slices there. You can see in here, that's where it's supposed to be, right there, and I'll just have to weld up them. Okay, so that's the inner one, but we need to weld these two together, line up them holes there, and weld them two together, and then try to fit it again. So yeah, I cut all this out. This is where the original shock went, right there, right on wherever, like that. But this one seems, although I did measure it, I must have pushed that other one in or something. Anyway, it seems about an inch or so away from this, but that's all right. We can patch that. But yeah, anyway, this is right down the frame here. Then it comes out a little bit just for that lip, and then this. So what we got to do is weld all this up here, like we did on the last video. Weld all that up, grind it down nice and smooth, grind all this down, rust through primer, and weld these two together, fit it up, get this to fit. We gotta slice out, you know, kind of pie shape them and weld them together. That and that ain't no big deal. It's not like the other one. We had to cut from here and So yeah, I'll be doing that in the dark. Yeah, got a lot of grinding. Gonna grind all this down, grind all this down, grind all this down. Okay, well, I'm gonna do all that, and I'll be back at some point. Okay, guys, got the two wheel wells welded together. Welded up the edges here and around here, except for that top. And ground it all down, primed it all. We're going to be welding in here and in here, and of course all along the edge there from the back. Going to weld it in here, then up here, and then in behind here. I just started the little 1/8" drill holes. I'll wallow them out here later, but right now we're just going to fit it up in there and get this piece here squared away and weld it up where it needs to be. We'll get it up there and put a couple of self-tappers in there, some vice grips right there, and just get it fitting in there. And then we'll tack on a couple of little welds on them, then take it back off, and we'll have to drill some holes in here where it gets welded, up in there, wherever it needs to be welded, and then we can put it back in and weld it up. But yeah, there it is, all cut apart. So okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, next morning, but it's fixing to get hot. I think 95 for foreseeable future. So the hot summer temperatures are here. 20-30% chance of rain next couple of days, but nothing like it was. Okay, so got it all on there, all the holes ready to weld, got it all screwed on there. See here, this is all ground down in there with weld through primer. So we're just gonna weld it all along there, kind of like this side. There's little spots in there because we gotta smooth it out with seam sealer and make it look good. We will have to make a bracket or a little piece in here like we did the other side. I drilled too far over here. That's all right. We're going to be welding it in all in there. I don't know why they make this thing here instead of just going all the way to cover up the frame, but it's like the other side. I just made a little, well, the other side was a little bit different, but unless I cut it, I don't know what I did on the other side now, but yeah, we may have to make a little piece there to cover that up. Anyway, that's where we're going to weld it there and there and there, and then here I welded up these areas before I took it off, and then we'll weld this directly to the frame there, and then all these little spots, and then underneath here. Same with up there, just weld it onto this, and then these here, my holes went right above it a little bit, so I'm just going to weld along the bottom here. Same with here, we're just going to weld it along there, and on the inside I ground it down. So yeah, it's nice and tight up there, but not here. We got a big old gap. We may be able to push that. Once I get them welded in there, we could bang that in. Maybe that'll come out to here. But as far as this wheel well must be different than that side. Because what I done was I measured from this body, there's a little indentation here, and I measured from that side and cut it. You know, like half-ass trying to measure this to this edge here is pretty tough. You know, sometimes it goes 7.5, sometimes it goes 6.5. It's kind of But anyway, we should be able to get that up close. This, we're just making another little piece of metal and put in here a little bracket thing and weld it in. And then after we're done all that, we're gonna have to weld in this little piece like we did that side. And same with the hinge bracket there. So yeah, okay, this package tray piece, it's from here. I forget if it goes all the way down or whatever, but I went ahead and ordered that. You can see I wasn't too worried about these holes here, but worried about this, and we can't see too good. You probably can. This piece here. So when you buy the package tray, it comes with this, and that goes right in there somewhere, from there to there. So yeah, it was 170 bucks though. And then see, that's just this bottom piece. See, this is two pieces here, this top piece and this bottom piece. So it comes here, this bottom, and then that piece underneath. So I kind of need this top piece. So this whole piece here is only like 60 bucks. I don't need it. I need the lip, but it's only one picture of it, and I don't know if it comes with all the way down to here, because it's just one picture on a slant. You can see something here, but you need one of them pictures you can flip around or see the bottom of it to find for sure if it's from here all the way to here. I don't know. There's like 10 sellers with the same damn picture on it. So anyway, I ordered that, and if it does come with all that, and I'm pretty sure it may have been showing this lip, but I couldn't find that piece separate anyway, so it has to, I couldn't find this piece separate, so it has to come with this. Anyway, I got those two coming, and yeah, if I ordered quarters, I would have had these sides, and then of course the roof comes with this lip here. But there is a place, I mentioned in another video, for the Nova anyway, makes these lips, but I think they were like 75 bucks. This was a couple years ago, 75 bucks a piece, or half of 75. That's why I went ahead and ordered this for 60, because if it includes this lip, then why pay 75 bucks? And I'd rather get them and weld them in. I'm gonna have to try to find their website, because I don't think they're advertised on eBay. We're gonna have to make them if I can't find them. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna quit for the day. It's about 11 in the morning. You can see the sun's getting right about here, and it's just too hot. So I'm gonna come out here tonight like I did last night. We're gonna weld all this in there, prime it, seam seal it, paint it black, you know, grind all the welds, all that stuff, and we'll make a bracket for that. Yeah, we'll take the old bracket off of there, make it fit onto here, weld that on, and you can see that moves a little bit. Okay, well, we'll see you tonight. We'll try to wrap her up. Hey guys, I got a product to show you from a sponsor. I opened it from this little box, from the big box. It's a SUZUME digital torque wrench, 3/8 drive. high accuracy digital torque wrench with buzzer. Okay, so it came in this wrench. It comes in a little case. Okay. Yeah, there's I'll go ahead and put in the batteries. Not sure what that's for, but I'll probably take off the back or something. Oh yeah, take out the back, put in the batteries. Okay. There's the operating instructions, calibration, certificate of calibration. Okay, let me put in the batteries and we'll find something to torque. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I got it set to 20 pounds, this deck lid, so put it there. You can see it. When it gets close, it starts beeping. I got 20 and a half. See to clear it, start over. So yeah, anyway, check it out. It does a lot of other functions that it can do too, so you just have to go through the manual or check their website or their link of it. Okay, I'll leave the link and everything in the description of the video. Okay guys, I got it all welded in there, primed, and just put the seam sealer on there. Later on I'll go ahead and paint it all black like I did this side. So I welded that bracket on there. I made a whole, oh, I gotta sand this Bondo here. I made a whole piece here to cover in that whole area. And then we'll just sand that down and prime it. And then we're gonna paint all this black like the other side, and then we're just gonna put in some a coat of truck bed coating to cover up the little imperfections and act like undercoating type thing. Put a little 415 here. Put all 415 all in up in here. What else did I weld on there? Welded this little piece on, cut and welded that like the other side. I still got to paint that black on this side, so we're gonna paint all this black. And then I made a little 1 inch. It was only about a ½ inch, but I made it 1 inch, overlapped it, and put that in. Seam sealed it. Oh yeah, I made this little piece here too. But yeah, so I'm gonna be back later today before it gets dark, and we're gonna paint all this black. I'm gonna mix up some black, and we're gonna take the new quarter panels. I don't know if they'll come today. I ordered some not sawhorses, the little deal that you put fenders and stuff on to paint them and stuff. I usually use old tires, but they're little stands. We're gonna lay them up. We're gonna paint all on the back black, all in on the inside. Hardly anybody ever does that, but I like to put some paint on there. And it doesn't matter what color your car's going, just paint it black underneath there. That's why I always use extra black for painting wheel wells and stuff like that, jamming in parts. So I think what we'll do, yeah, this high gloss super jet black, it's about 130 bucks or so on eBay. We'll mix some of that up We'll paint all the back, both quarter panels, tail panel, and that wheel well. So we'll have all these parts ready for, I don't know if we'll get them for next video or not, because I think I'd rather do this rear panel I told you I bought up here. Be a lot easier with all this missing, with this out of the way. So I don't want to mount the tail panel and quarter panels and then try to get up in there and work all that. So we may have to wait on the quarter panels until we get that done. But anyway, we'll have them painted, ready to fit on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm out here at night. It was hot today, 94 or 5 or something. Whew. Okay, so put a little filler in these. Now I gotta blow it out again. I gotta blew this out and then the inside, and then it all came in here. But little Bondo over those welds that I grinded and stuff. I kind of did this side before. So we're getting this ready to paint. Well, I'm gonna mix up some primer and prime those areas, and then right after it, mix up some black paint and paint it black. We'll go right over it. Not gonna wait for it to dry and then sand it. I got the wheel well all sanded and stuff. It's ready to go. And this probably can't see. You know, paint those wheel wells in there and the other side. Okay, and we got the those stands I was telling you about are coming in tomorrow. Too late right now. Need them right now, but so I went and sanded. You can use Scotch-Brite. I'm just using a piece of 320. Sanded all the inside of these quarter panels, and I'm going to scuff all the inside of the rear tail panel. And of course we'll be grinding and drilling holes and welding and all that, but we can spot all that in a little primer, a little black paint after it's welded on there, and that way we don't have to worry about the major stuff, as you won't be able to get at most of this stuff real good once it's on the car. Okay, so yeah, I'll be back. Like I said, mix up a little primer and then black paint, and we'll be done. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, got a couple of coats of primer on there. Fixing to put a couple of coats of little mosquitoes and shit in there. Oh well, you can see them all flying around the light. Yeah, so I'll put a couple of coats of black, and I think that'll be it. Okay, we'll be back. Okay guys, got a couple of good coats on those, so we got a good start when we go to work on these and get them mounted on there. So yeah, got all this painted here, all the wheel well. I said later on, I forgot to seam seal in between the two wheel wells, and you do that on both sides. And then I bought a couple of cans of truck bed liner, and we'll put a coat or two of that on just on the wheel wells. Well, I may do it on the whole trunk floor, but I'm not quite done yet. What I want to do is put another skim of seam sealer around all them edges to smooth out a little bit better, and then I'll probably put some truck bed liner on it. So yeah, I think that's I think that'll be it for the video. You know, this is kind of like part 2. Part 1 was the other side, but we got the door panels off, and inspected some more parts and ordered them, and then getting these parts here ready for, well, it won't be next video, but it'll be pretty close. I said I'd like these, get these parts in here underneath and get all that done. And once that's done, then we can get the quarters and the tail panel welded on there. And man, it'll look like a car then. Get the wheels back on it. Yeah, it's gonna a ton of work to go, guys, a ton of work. I said we're eating an elephant here, one spoonful at a time. So we got a spoonful or so done this video. But yeah, I'd really like to get the whole back end done before we start on the floors. Get the whole back end done, and then we can start on these floors. You probably can't see it, but it's all rusty on the roof, like surface rust. We'll have to clean that up, pour 15 it, stuff like that. Yeah, everything's available for this car. You can get a roof, 500 and something bucks. Just about every part on it you can get. But boy, if you bought every single part to build a car, it'd be through the roof. So, anyway, we got a good start going. Okay, well, I guess that's about it, guys. And yeah, I haven't forgot about the 69 van. I still need to bring that up to get the hand in the paperwork to get the title. So I gotta load it on the trailer, bring it down there for them to inspect the VIN number, and then bring it back and unload it. And I wanted to wait till I was done with that, and then I can bring it over here. And it's pretty much done other than the bodywork and paint, and I haven't decided on the colors or anything, but we can put it in here and start basically the Bondo work. I don't think we got any parts to replace or nothing, just the whole, just like painted with house paint or something. Gotta strip the whole thing down. It's gonna take a while, but I'll do that in between. You know, I said earlier that I'd rather get the van done before this one. Well, this one's going to take forever, but the van shouldn't take a whole lot of time. And then thanks to Jay from North Carolina. What is today? The 18th, 19th? July 1st, the carrier's coming for that. He actually PayPal me the $10,000. He was going to mail me a check, but yeah, it's sold. Bumblebee sold, and we're just waiting on the carrier to come and get it. So you probably can't see it in the viewfinders, it's all dark. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Bumblebee's going, and then we'll get the van in here and get rolling on that. Okay, guys, well, subscribe if you haven't. We're still a long ways to go on this, and not too, if you're new, not too far to go back and watch the previous video, see what I started with and what I've done so far, so you can catch up pretty quick rather than joining in on episode 25 or something. So, and then after you caught up, then you can just follow along. And man, it's oh, I did want to mention those. I don't think I mentioned it. These outer wheel wells, the factory, were like $54 or something each. But those inner ones, for the mini tub, those were like $89 each. Now, I mentioned last video, I watched some videos of Detroit Speed parts. Well, I'm looking at parts and everything, all of a sudden the Detroit Speed mini tubs come in, 460 bucks. And I think that's just for the pair of inner ones on eBay. It's like, oh shit. But they come with those little patches and stuff where you notch the frame and put in the patch for that and all that. So yeah, you don't need that, guys. It's like less than 200 you can get whatever they were there, the Gone Through Speedway. Anyway, I mentioned them earlier. So yeah, you can save yourself a bunch of money doing it this way. But yeah, this side went pretty smooth compared to the other side. The other side was the worst. Had to really notch that wheel well out and everything. But yeah, anyway, so subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.